guys, Midget here bringing you another Walking Dead video review, and today it's episode 6 called Live Bait of season 4 of The Walking Dead. And in terms of zombie killing, it's kind of terrible, but in terms of character development, it's definitely one of the best episodes released yet, in the season. It's definitely one of the best, it's a whole episode about the governor, which some of you like, some of you may not like, but seriously, if you watch the show for the zombie killing fanatics, everything like zombie killing, blood, I would just go away from the show, I'm not trying to be nasty, but this isn't what the show is about. It's about survival. It's mainly about character development. And the writers of The Walking Dead have one of the most hardest jobs ever to make an episode so entertaining and, flawless, basically. Because all you Daryl fans don't want Daryl to die, and the writers have to overcome that but still make a really good episode, which I think this one is, even without Daryl. The governor is like the sadistic hillbilly, and basically the live bait, I don't know where that comes from. Possibly it comes from the how the governor, he's just walking around carelessly, doesn't care if he dies. At the start, if he's walking like he's just like, I don't know what he's doing. He don't care if he dies, So I guess that's the part where the live bait comes from, is he's alive and he just doesn't care. He just walks carelessly past the walker. Exactly, and he sees this woman or this girl in the window just like as soon as it starts, and as he came closer to it, it disappeared, and I thought it's like a ghost or something, and not a ghost but like a vision or something, hallucination the governor would have. So he walked upstairs, there's no lights, and the door opens. I was like doing this, because I was proper scared. I was like, no, someone's going to jump out. And it's this woman with a gun saying she was in the army, police, and if he does something wrong, she will shoot him. And he later on, he gets accepted, after he doesn't speak. I think he's in some sort of high depression or something. I'm not sure, but he doesn't speak. And the woman gives him some SpaghettiOs, and she goes, "You must be hungry, and we've got a full truck of them." He's like, "Thank you, thanks for it." And he trucks out the window. I didn't know what that was about. Maybe just because he wasn't hungry and he didn't want to upset them, but wasting food in a zombie apocalypse, I guess that's not that nice. But if they have a full truck of SpaghettiOs, then that's alright, I guess. It's not that much of a loss. And he shows its strength later on in the episode as the dad or something, or their dad, of course, the women dad. He's got lung cancer, and he needs to be picked up, and they try to pick him up, and then he's just sat there thanks for helping or something. He just gets a bit mad, picks him up, and just puts him in the bed, and the dad goes, "Megan, the little girl, there's a little girl, and can you please go to this room and get some sort of board game, because the girl doesn't want to speak, anymore." And that's the reason why she might speak to them, and it turns out she does. She speaks to them after the game, after he brings back the game. But during the game, when he goes into that other room, tries to look under the bed for that thing, I thought someone was going to jump on him, and then he hears a voice, and again I was going like this, he sees this zombie with no legs, and no face, and he stabs it in the face and walks out, gets the thingy. Then the new family want the governor to get some, again, do something else. I was like, he's got to get mad at these one times, and he's going to run away. He's not going to run away, but he's going to flip out, But again, before this, sorry, I forgot to mention, he, just before they let him in, he said his name's Brian, so I don't know what he's playing at. I know there's, this is from the comic book. This is I'm going to come back to the topic in a second, the topic I was talking about, but his brother's called Brian, and then there's Philip, and Brian, his brother, is the guy with the girl, Penny, and Philip, the guy that plays the governor, that's the governor's name, doesn't have Penny, which should, in the Walking Dead TV series, Philip has Penny, and I don't know where Brian is, but that's just a cool fact for you, Brian has Penny in the actual book, and Philip has nothing. But anyway, the group tells the governor to go to the old people's homes and get some oxygen bottles because the person won't survive. The dad won't survive 2 days, and so he gets 2 bottles in after this giant fuss. He was refusing to kill a walker, which is really weird, like he wouldn't kill all the walkers. But that's in the questions after I finish my whole review thing. Then he dies late, the girl starts speaking, he's come back to his old self, he's shaved and everything, and he's got closer to the little girl, it's I think she reminds him of Penny a bit, that's why he's grown together, emotionally wise, and, then the guy's passed away, and he goes, can you please leave, and they're all like, no, we're gonna stay, and, hug him, and then the guy wakes up and grabs the policewoman, so he grabs one of those canisters that holds the oxygen and he just smashes the guy's face in front of every single person, and that made the little girl, she made, a cry or something, and she again came back to the point where they started off at, where she was scared of him, she doesn't trust him, she doesn't want to speak to him, and he realises that, and since that was the closest thing ever to Penny, he decides to leave, and then the group goes, we're coming with you, we're your new family, we need you and all this. So they go with him, of course, they're on that little bus or whatever it is, truck, and they head as far up the road as they can, possibly until they run out of gas, and they sleep in this weird thing. And I didn't know, when I first saw it, I thought the whole 4 of them were sleeping in that van or something, in that back of the van. It looked like it anyway. But the mum of that little girl, she had sex with him, but it's kind of awkward just having your sister next to you and your child there. So I don't know if they were in one van and the other were in the other van, but I'm not sure. And later the governor, leads them away because they've run out of fuel, so he leads them away, and then there's all these walkers that block the road, and the stupid policewoman says she's not a policewoman before this, and then she trips, unfortunately, she gets scared, turns around, she drops on her ankle, and you see no more of them, basically. What you see is Megan's really scared, she's just holding her teddy, and all these walkers are coming, so she runs up to him, and the governor grabs him this, and runs off, and they run into the woods, and you see that the governor, falls into the grave, not grave, let me talk about the trench, later, but you see now the people, the mum and the policewoman, Tara, I think her name is, the policewoman, I don't know the mum's name, they run away, and you see no more of them then. But they might have found Martinez's group, because Martinez appears at the end, but let me talk about this. The governor, there's 3 walkers, and Megan, closest thing to Penny, is getting scared, so the governor, takes 3 walkers on. It was amazing, this moment. He takes the walkers on, proper hand-to-hand fighting with walkers. He, gets a bone, the bit there that makes your mouth thingy, he gets a bone, puts it there and rips the guy's mouth off. He punches her one to death or something, and I can't remember what happened to the 3rd one, but then he picks her up and goes, you're always going to be safe, and then the little girl goes, promise, and he goes, cross my heart, and because that's what she said before, when he goes she says, he goes, he's a pirate, this is before this, and he goes, he's a pirate, once he comes back from the old people's home, and that's why he's got an eye patch. He asked him why he's got an eye patch, he says, I'll tell you if you keep it a secret. She goes, I pinky swear, cross my heart. He doesn't know what a pinky swear is, because obviously this is not his type of thing, so he gives her a pinky swear, he goes, he's a pirate, and then he goes, he had a fight, but he didn't say with who, he just says he's protecting someone, and yeah, so anyway, he falls into a trench, he says, he crossed my heart, and then Martinez goes, oh shoot, and I don't want to swear, too often, but this is what actually happens in the, episode, so I guess I can. Martinez sees them, he's like, oh crap, and, he ends there, he says, cross my heart again, I think, and then the episode ends there. So I'll give this episode 10 out of 10, if you're more into The Walking Dead for the zombie killing and blood, it's, it's a 6, because there isn't much of that, but some of it's, an 8, 9. But in terms of an actual episode review, I would give this episode a 10, because, the character development. I no longer think the governor is going to attack the prison. He's met a whole new family. He's got, it's like a new family. He's like a father again, reincarnated father. So since he doesn't want to lose that respect with Megan again, I think he won't attack the prison. If anything, he'll try to side with them, as insane as that sounds. But anyway, so yeah, 10 out of 10. And now let's move on to the questions. Like I said, I don't understand the live bait, but I talked about that a bit at the start, that he might be the live bait. He's walking around carelessly. One thing I pointed out while I was watching the end of the episode, I was like, oh, Martinez knows the governor's name is the governor. Maybe he knows Philip, but he told the family Brian, so that will cause a bit of conflict, maybe potential conflict. And since he basically lied about everything, he said he doesn't have a family. He said his name is Brian. This could lead, again, the family further away from him. But the governor himself, he only kills 3 major times in the episode. Since the old governor, fired at his own people, and then the new governor refuses to kill him. I don't understand what happened to him over these the break, or in The Walking Dead, obviously the break. Not for us, in the actual film, series, what happened during that break we didn't see. He turned into a completely new person, and at the start you see that Martinez and the black guy, I can't remember his name, they left him, for a new group, so they might have started a new group, and basically, so he kills 3 major people, like I said. He kills the ex-military guy, he kills the new family threat, and he saves the girl, obviously, and like I said, Megan is the new Penny. Obviously, he sees a bit of Penny in Megan. That's why he's come so close with her emotionally. Will the governor attack the prison? I think he won't attack the prison. He's a changed man. He's met a new family. He's basically met a new Penny. He's met a new lover. He's a changed man, like I said. He's got emotions for this family now. He's obviously sexually. I don't know the second word. I don't know the next word that I want to say, but he's attracted, sexually attracted and everything to the mother. He loves Penny, or Megan, sorry, because that's his new Penny. So unless Martinez does it, and one thing I was thinking of at this moment, right? I was thinking of this. Imagine Carol joins Martinez's group. I know this is insane, but imagine this happens. Carol joins Martinez's group, and the governor, he doesn't like Martinez anymore, as, Martinez basically left him because he completely lost it, the governor like Rick did, but after losing Laurie. So the governor tries to side with Rick, tries to join because he's got his own family now. So he joins Rick's group, let's just say. I know it's been bad, they all want to kill him, but imagine they let him in, and then Carol joins Martinez's group, not knowing who he is, and then they have fire on the prison, and the governor kills Martinez, but Carol kills, Rick or someone, or, someone important, how insane would that be, the governor fighting against his old crew, and Carol fighting against her old crew? That would be oh my days, imagine that in the season finale. That'd be absolutely incredible. But will Martinez take the governor hostage after the first seconds of the episode? How, in the first seconds of the episode, Martinez did go, the governor's completely lost it, that's why I left, he fired at his own men. So, and at the end you did see Martinez didn't look too happy. He looked surprised, but he didn't look too happy in that trench. And as soon as they fell into that trench, I was like, that looks like the trench they burned those walkers in. Milton burned those walkers in, and when they take the walkers out for that Merle fight thingy. So that looks very similar. And there was boom, Martinez is there. So I don't know what his group was doing around there, but anything could happen in The Walking Dead, and I don't think Martinez will take the governor hostage, but everything's possible again. So yeah, I gave the episode a 10 out of 10. So those were the questions I had, and I answered them basically in this video. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Next one's coming in a week's time on Monday, and that'll be episode 7. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you did, make sure you give it a like button below, and follow me on my Facebook page, which is, I don't know, in the links, or it's on my channel banner thingy. And yeah, so this is Midget, and I'll see you guys next time.